Hi Nick, how you going?
Good, thanks.
Okay, today we're going to talk a little bit about DC Power Co. You started the business along with your other co-founders a couple of years ago. You actually launched your product 6 months ago. You've raised $7.5 million to date. You're about to do another capital raising. Let's find out a little bit about the business. So the first question is around problem and market need. What's the problem you're trying to solve?
Well, I think the problem is that people want to reduce their energy bills and they want support with their renewables to do that. And we don't have companies that do that currently.
You've told me that customers want to pay less for their power bills. What's your solution?
Our solution is to support the 2 million homes that have got solar and the 3 million that are thinking about solar and a battery as well, with a really simple solution that allows them to get more out of their energy and then to reduce their energy bills. And we do that with a different model. We don't actually charge and try and sell them more energy. We have a simple monthly subscription fee.
So Nick, you said that 50% of houses will have solar and batteries. How much does this mean in dollar cents?
Well, the current energy market is $17 billion a year in terms of energy. Half of the market are moving to renewables. We're the only company that currently doesn't have to sell you energy. So we don't have a model that makes money from that. We actually support you to get renewables and then reduce your power bills. So to that extent, it's a big marketplace, and we're currently the one player focused on delivering that for homes.
Nick, let's talk about your revenue model. How are you going to make money?
Well, we've got about 2,500 customers right now buying energy from us every day. We've only been going 6 months. That's pretty quick growth. I think probably as large as any power company that's grown in that shorter period of time. Obviously, our goal is to be a very large company in a very large market. And the way that we will make our money is from that subscription fee, that monthly charge to get you on the grid, lower your bills, but also to support people on the journey of buying solar, buying a battery, and getting into the marketplace.
What makes DC Power Co. special, and how are you going to compete in the market?
Well, I guess all the big players own a lot of gas and coal-fired power stations, right? And we're shifting to renewables. And that means that they are not flexible and they're having to slow down this movement. I think for us, we're not wedded to any particular technology or any particular future. We're there alongside the homeowner, helping them shift and be renewable and cut their bills. So, that's the business model.
So we're saying that your competitors can't really adopt your model and do it better than you.
Well, they've got a lot of stranded assets, haven't they, really? I mean, if you're in a move where we're moving to renewables, but you've actually got gas or coal-fired power stations that are going to keep burning for another 30 years, you want to keep selling people energy. You don't want them to cut their bills.
Got it.
We want them to cut their bills.
Okay, Nick, every business plan is as good as the people who deliver on it. Who's in the team? What sort of skills they got?
Well, I think we were an extraordinary founder group when we started. You don't normally get sort of 4 entrepreneurs all joining together and working together to build something. So that was pretty impressive. And we knew this space. So that worked well. I think we now have a board that actually has some extraordinary skill and capacity on it. And we have a team that we've recruited that are, specialists in their own field. We've got some from energy, some new entrants to energy, and some outside of energy because we know it's going to be different. I think we've got an extraordinary young team that understand a new space and are excited about delivering in it.
We all know that electricity is going the way of technology. What have you got in your team around technology? How are you going to deliver on that side?
Well, I think one of the things is, the guy who leads our technology, Jan Burden, had his own technology business. That's his background. He left his own business to come and work with us here, delivering that. I think for us, this is all about data. The new energy space is going to be about how you move the data associated with energy to ensure that you can trade it and benefit. In our case, trade it and benefit for our householders.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's move our conversation towards funding. I think you're trying to raise somewhere between $2 and $4 million. Where's the money going to come from? What are you going to spend it on?
Well, we just launched the crowdsourced funding platform. We're going to keep doing this with investors. We think to grow quickly, we need to do it with investors. But we've had $500,000 committed in advertising from a media company. We've got about 500,000 on the platform today. We've got another month to go. I suspect that will be made up of some wholesale, some retail investment, and we will be somewhere between 2 and 4 million.
Let's talk about the money. What's the financial outlook like? Where do you think we'll be in 2 or 3 years' time, maybe 5 years' time?
I think we, in this next year, have got to get to some scale that really makes us solid in the marketplace. I don't know. I mean, if a medium-sized power company in this country's got 400,000,
10,000, 50, 100,000, 400,000 customers. What's your goal?
Well, a medium-sized power company has 400,000 customers. I would love to see us in the next, 3, 4, 5 years get to 400,000 customers. And if we do, we're a $500 million something size company.
Great. Last question is, if I'm an investor in this business, and I am an investor, what's my horizon? When do I going to get a payback? When am I going to get some liquidity? What does that look like?
We're interesting, aren't we? Because we've been trading for 6 months, but we've got 12,500 investors, more than most ASX listed companies. So IPO for us is a real opportunity earlier on, probably than most companies. And it's certainly, if our investors grow this business with us, we could see an exit, within a couple of years through an IPO and through growth.
Thank you, Nick. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
As always.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.